We all chase something, don't we? Money, success, influence, and yet, how many times have you seen someone achieve it all, only to feel a profound emptiness inside? It's a paradox Dale Carnegie himself understood deeply. You can win friends and influence people, but if you haven't first won over yourself, if your inner foundation isn't solid, then all those external triumphs can feel hollow, like building a magnificent house on shifting sand. This isn't just about what you do in life. It's about who you are when you do it, and how your deepest alignment shapes every connection, every decision, and ultimately, your true fulfillment. Today, we're diving into a powerful secret that can transform your entire life, guiding you to build not just a successful existence, but a truly meaningful one. Stick with us until the very end, because the most profound insights, the ones that truly change everything, often appear when you least expect them. And if this journey resonates with you, do us a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and join our community dedicated to building lives of purpose and genuine influence. You won't want to miss a single step of this transformative path. Spiritual direction as a compass. The power of thought, as Dale Carnegie might attest, is immense. It's the very fabric of achievement, but even thought needs an anchor, a higher purpose to give it direction. Without this spiritual orientation, your mind, no matter how powerful and capable of influencing others, can become a dangerous instrument. It can lead you astray, prioritizing superficial gains over genuine fulfillment. Here lies the most overlooked principle on the journey to lasting success, placing a higher purpose or spiritual alignment first. This isn't about rigid religious dogma. It's about a fundamental life structure, the bedrock upon which you build everything else: your finances, your health, your relationships, and your critical decisions. Consider this through the lens of human interaction, a field Dale Carnegie mastered. If your primary motivation is self-interest, purely transactional relationships will form. You might win people over temporarily, but you won't forge deep, meaningful connections. However, when your actions are guided by a commitment to something greater than yourself, be it service, integrity, or a profound sense of purpose, your priorities naturally realign. You stop chasing ephemeral gains and superficial recognition. You cease begging for the approval of others, a constant source of anxiety and personal compromise. Instead, you begin to listen more intently to your intuition, or better yet, to that quiet, inner voice of wisdom whispering direction. This inner compass, far from being a mystical concept, is the cultivation of self-awareness and principle, allowing you to navigate complex human dynamics with clarity and conviction. Imagine trying to be a genuinely influential person without this internal alignment. You might learn every technique for winning friends, but your interactions would lack sincerity. You might master the art of persuasion, but your motivations would be transparently self-serving. People, as Carnegie knew, are drawn to authenticity and a genuine concern for their well-being. This authenticity stems from a clear inner purpose. When your spiritual foundation is firm, your outward actions resonate with truth. You become more discerning in choosing who to associate with, not because of their status or power, but because their values align with your deeper purpose. This leads to more meaningful partnerships, more fulfilling friendships, and a more harmonious existence. Furthermore, this principle directly impacts your ability to handle criticism and setbacks. Carnegie taught us to avoid criticizing, condemning, or complaining, and to genuinely appreciate others. But how do you do that if your own wellspring of peace and purpose is dry? When your spiritual core is strong, external criticisms, while perhaps painful, don't shatter your self-worth. You are anchored in a belief system that transcends superficial judgment. Your ability to appreciate others becomes genuine, not a tactic, because you recognize the inherent worth in every individual, a reflection of the higher purpose that binds us all. This deep-seated conviction allows you to navigate the complexities of human nature with patience, understanding, and an unwavering sense of your own direction. Think about the countless books on success strategies, financial abundance, or interpersonal skills. While many offer valuable techniques, they often miss this crucial foundational element. It's like trying to teach someone how to build a magnificent skyscraper without first ensuring the ground beneath it is solid. Without this spiritual anchor, the most sophisticated strategies can lead to short-term gains but long-term emptiness. It's why you see individuals with immense material success living lives of quiet desperation, lost despite their apparent achievements. Their external world is flourishing, but their inner world is barren. So the question for you to ponder right now, and perhaps even answer in the comments, is this: do you feel you are aligning your life with what truly matters, with a higher purpose, or merely with what the world expects of you? Don't underestimate the impact of this answer. It can be the watershed moment between living on autopilot and beginning to walk with profound purpose. This isn't just about personal growth. It's about building a life that truly flourishes, both internally and externally, one relationship, one decision, one moment at a time. This foundational shift is what allows you to become truly influential, not just in the eyes of others, but in the deepest sense of self-mastery and inner peace. Solid foundations for firm decisions. Establishing a strong spiritual connection provides an unshakable foundation for making the right choices, even when the entire world tries to convince you otherwise. It's a profound internal transformation that allows you to shed detrimental habits, not because someone forces you, but because your soul can no longer bear the weight of what holds it captive. This isn't about mere willpower. It's about a fundamental shift in your core values and priorities, driven by a deeper sense of self-respect and purpose. Consider the simple act of caring for your physical body. When this shift occurs, you begin to treat your body with respect, not out of vanity or superficial appearance, but because you understand it is a vessel, a temple for your spirit and your life's purpose. It's an instrument through which you interact with the world and fulfill your potential. This profound appreciation leads to healthier choices, consistent self-care, and a sustained energy level that allows you to engage more fully with life and with others. Similarly, the pursuit of peace transforms from a frantic search in noisy, external places to a quiet introspection within the silence of your own being, in the presence of that higher purpose. This inner peace becomes your steady compass, guiding you through the storms of life. It's the quiet confidence that allows you to remain composed even amidst chaos, a quality that is immensely attractive and inspiring to others, as Dale Carnegie well understood. People are drawn to those who exude calm and certainty, especially in uncertain times. If you still believe this has nothing to do with success, finances, or prosperity, think again. How many individuals have you observed who possess immense wealth, fame, or power, yet live as if lost, without direction, without peace, without purpose? They might be incredibly effective at accumulating external markers of success, but their inner lives are barren. Their achievements, for all their grandeur, are built on shaky ground and provide no lasting satisfaction. Now, consider the contrast. How many people have you seen who place a higher purpose at the center of their lives, and even when facing struggles, they remain steadfast, exhibiting an impressive inner strength? This is the crucial difference, and it's what few will tell you directly. True success begins within. External wealth is merely a reflection of an internal richness that already exists. It is the overflow, of a well-cultivated soul. If you desire to grow, nurture the root. If you want results, take care of the foundation. There's no use having a brilliant mind capable of devising complex strategies if your spirit is empty. As Dale Carnegie profoundly stated, a man who cannot control himself can never control anything worth a damn. This isn't a harsh judgment, but a practical truth. Self-mastery, rooted in a clear sense of purpose, is the prerequisite for influencing circumstances, leading others, and achieving meaningful goals. Think of it in terms of building influence. If you're internally chaotic, driven by ego or fear, how can you genuinely connect with others? How can you inspire trust? Your words might be persuasive, but your underlying instability will be felt. When your inner life is aligned, your actions become congruent with your values, and that authenticity resonates deeply. People are drawn to those who are consistent, principled, and grounded. This internal alignment also translates directly into resilience. Life will inevitably throw curveballs, financial setbacks, relationship challenges, health issues. These are unavoidable. But when your foundation is strong, these adversities don't shatter you. They become opportunities for growth. You face them with a quiet determination, knowing that your ultimate purpose transcends temporary difficulties. This resilience, born from inner conviction, is a powerful asset in any field of endeavor. It allows you to persevere when others give up, to innovate when others retreat, and to lead with confidence when others falter. Furthermore, consider the impact on your relationships. Carnegie taught us to be genuinely interested in other people. But what does genuine mean if your own spirit is empty? When your spiritual core is strong, your interest in others is not a tactic. It's an outpouring of empathy and a recognition of shared humanity. You connect on a deeper level, building relationships that are not only productive, but also deeply satisfying and enriching. These are the kinds of relationships that support you through thick and thin, amplifying your strengths and providing comfort in times of need. Ultimately, the goal isn't just to achieve success, but to achieve a meaningful success, one that brings profound satisfaction and leaves a positive legacy. This meaning is found not in external accumulation, but in the alignment of your actions with a higher purpose. It's about building a life that feels authentic, fulfilling, and purposeful from the inside out, allowing you to thrive not just materially, but spiritually, emotionally, and relationally. This holistic approach ensures that your achievements are not fleeting, but enduring, contributing not only to your own well-being, but also to the betterment of the world around you. The control of life. Reflecting on who truly controls your life is an absolutely essential exercise, one that underpins every principle of personal effectiveness and influence. Is it your ego, constantly seeking validation and prone to self-importance? Is it your anxiety, a perpetual state of worry and indecision that paralyzes action? Is it the ever-shifting opinions of others, leaving you constantly striving to please, abandoning your own convictions in the process? Or have you, instead, wisely handed over the reins of control to a higher purpose, to a guiding spiritual principle that transcends immediate gratification and external pressures? There's an enormous, fundamental difference between prioritizing a higher purpose as your guiding principle and merely relegating it to a last resort, a desperate plea when all else has failed. One is an act of faith, a proactive choice to build your life upon a solid, unchanging foundation. It's a deliberate alignment of your daily actions and long-term goals with something greater than yourself, a source of unwavering strength and clarity. The other, however, is a manifestation of despair, a reactive cry for help when chaos reigns and all personal efforts have proven insufficient. Consider this in the context of human relations and personal development, the very heart of Dale Carnegie's philosophy. How can you genuinely influence others if you lack self-mastery? If your decisions are swayed by fleeting emotions, external pressures, or the need for approval, you become unpredictable. People inherently trust those who are consistent, principled, and guided by a clear internal compass. If your ego is in control, you'll be prone to criticism, condemnation, and complaint when things don't go your way, alienating those you wish to lead or inspire. If anxiety dominates, you'll hesitate, procrastinate, and miss opportunities, projecting an aura of indecisiveness that undermines your credibility. If you're constantly shaped by the opinions of others, you'll lack conviction. Your voice will waver, and you'll fail to stand for anything meaningful, thereby failing to inspire anyone. This moment might just be that crucial invitation to realign your life. Perhaps this very message is the invisible nudge, the gentle yet firm push that a higher purpose is using to remind you, I want to be your foundation, your unshakable bedrock, not your contingency plan, not your plan B, when plan A, B, and C have all gone awry. Pause for a moment right now, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and ask yourself this profound question. Am I building my life with this higher purpose, integrating it into every brick and beam, or am I merely trying to fit it into the empty spaces after everything else has gone wrong? The implications of this question are vast. When you build with a higher purpose, you are proactive. You seek wisdom before acting. You align your intentions with your deepest values, and you trust in a process that transcends immediate outcomes. You cultivate patience, resilience, and a quiet confidence that comes from knowing you are part of something larger. This proactive approach allows you to avoid many pitfalls, make wiser decisions, and build relationships based on integrity and shared values. You're not just reacting to life. You're co-creating it with a sense of deliberate intention. Conversely, when you try to fit a higher purpose into the aftermath of failure, you are reactive. Your prayers become desperate pleas, your seeking becomes a frantic scramble, and your connection feels opportunistic rather than genuine. This approach is often marked by regret, frustration, and a continuous cycle of hitting rock bottom before reaching out. It's a testament to human resilience, certainly, but it's a far more arduous and less fulfilling path. Dale Carnegie's teachings emphasize the importance of self-starting, enthusiasm, and decisive action. But for these qualities to be truly effective and sustainable, they need to be grounded. If your enthusiasm is merely external, a performance for others, it will burn out. If your decisiveness is driven by fear or ego, it will lead to errors. When your actions flow from a deep-seated connection to a higher purpose, your enthusiasm becomes authentic and infectious. Your decisiveness becomes intuitive and wise, and your ability to influence others is rooted in genuine conviction, not manipulation. This isn't merely philosophical musing, it's intensely practical. Your relationship with control dictates your effectiveness in every sphere. If you relinquish control to the whims of circumstance or the opinions of others, you become a victim of life. But if you align your will with a higher purpose, you become a participant, a co-creator, a leader of your own destiny. You gain an inner peace that allows you to face challenges with equanimity, a clarity that illuminates your path, and a strength that inspires others. So, if this content has begun to provoke reflections within you, take a moment to engage. You might consider writing in the comments, "The foundation of my life needs to be firm," or share your personal experience. Sometimes your story can be exactly what someone else needs to hear today, a powerful example of real-world transformation. And remember, the journey of realignment is continuous. It's about choosing day by day to build from the ground up with a firm, unshakable foundation, rather than desperately trying to patch up cracks in sand. This is the path to true self-mastery and lasting fulfillment. The mind in harmony. Have you ever noticed how life seems to hit a snag when your mind is in conflict? A state of perpetual inner debate. You want to follow a particular path, but nagging doubt paralyzes you. You even know what you should do, but indecision keeps you tethered to the same spot, preventing any meaningful progress. The reality is, most people aren't failing due to a lack of raw strength or potential. They're failing due to an excess of noise, mental noise, emotional noise, and often spiritual noise. These internal dissonances create a constant hum of confusion that drowns out the clear signals of purpose and direction. And that's precisely why placing a higher purpose or spiritual alignment first changes everything. When that guiding principle occupies the center of your being, the internal chaos begins to lose its throne. Imagine a busy, noisy street suddenly becoming quiet. That's the effect. Clarity begins to emerge, not as a sudden revelation, but as a gradual dawning. You start to see beyond the obvious, perceiving connections and possibilities that were previously obscured by the mental clutter. You begin to feel a deep sense of peace before making critical decisions, a quiet confidence that reassures you even in uncertainty. And that which once confused you now clearly points the way, like a lighthouse cutting through a dense fog. Dale Carnegie, in his exploration of human potential, often spoke of the power of the subconscious mind and the limitless possibilities that open up when we align our thoughts and intentions. While he didn't use theological terms, he implicitly pointed towards what could be called a connection to an infinite intelligence or a higher source of wisdom. This is a superior fount of understanding, accessible to those who learn to silence the mind and listen to something greater than their own ego, transcending their immediate anxieties and self-serving desires. This concept isn't new. It has been revealed in various forms throughout history and wisdom traditions. For instance, in Proverbs 3:6 it states, "In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your paths straight." This isn't just religious dogma, it's a profound statement about clarity, about alignment, and about a faith that walks hand in hand with action. True faith isn't passive. It's not waiting for an external force to solve everything for you. True faith is acting with conviction and continuing to move forward, even when the full path isn't yet visible, because you trust the guiding principle. Consider the stark contrast between deciding alone and deciding with the benefit of this higher alignment. Imagine two individuals. One makes decisions based on impulse, fear, or anxiety, their own internal noise dictating their path. They might react quickly, but their choices are often short-sighted and fraught with regret. The other person, however, consciously chooses to quiet their mind, seeks guidance, reflects, and then acts with conviction. Which of these individuals do you believe is better prepared to prosper in a lasting, meaningful way? The answer is evident. The modern world often pushes us to run, to constantly be in motion, to make quick decisions, often without proper reflection. But a higher wisdom wants to teach you to discern, and those who discern choose better. They avoid tempting shortcuts that often lead to dead ends. They learn to say no more often than yes to distractions and opportunities that don't align with their true purpose. They sidestep emotional, financial, and spiritual traps that ensnare the undiscerning. What does this discernment yield? Fewer errors, greater focus, more significant results, and less emotional and mental exhaustion. This is efficiency born from wisdom, not just speed. Don't confuse silence with inactivity. Perhaps today you are in a moment where it seems nothing is happening. You reflect, you seek, you try, and everything appears to be at a standstill. But sometimes a higher purpose is silent, not because it's absent, but because it's training you to listen. Silence is often a profound answer, a period of preparation. Many give up at this stage. They quit because they crave external noise and immediate gratification. But true wisdom, as Dale Carnegie understood in The Power of Quiet Contemplation, often comes in the quiet hours. As he implied, great achievements are often born from great silences, the moments of deep thought, planning, and inner alignment. So, if you are in a time of silence, do not flee from it. Embrace it. Use it to align yourself more deeply, to reflect with greater intensity, to listen more intently, and to speak less impulsively. Because when clarity finally arrives, you will know unmistakably that it is time to act. This clarity, born from disciplined quietude, is your green light, your confirmation, empowering you to move forward with unshakable confidence and purpose. This is the true power of a mind in harmony, not just with itself, but with the greater flow of life. Conscious decisions. Think about the countless decisions you've made without consulting that deeper guiding wisdom, the significant choices about relationships, business ventures, friendships, and financial expenditures. Now consider how many times you only remembered this higher guidance after everything had already gone wrong, when you were in the midst of a crisis or grappling with a painful outcome. This, unfortunately, is a common pattern that many of us fall into, and it's precisely the pattern we need to break. A higher purpose desires to be involved in your decisions before they are made, not merely to be called upon to patch things up after they've unraveled. It's about proactive alignment, not reactive desperation. This isn't about magical intervention. It's about cultivating a deep connection that informs your judgment and steers you toward beneficial paths from the outset. If this resonates with you in some profound way, take a moment to engage. Perhaps comment here, "I want to start deciding with a higher purpose and not just resort to it afterward." This simple act of writing it down can be a powerful turning point, a conscious declaration of your intent. And who knows, it might just inspire someone else reading the comments right now, providing the nudge they needed. When you walk with this guiding wisdom, you experience less internal noise and more clear direction. When a higher purpose is your priority, your mind develops an incredible filter. You become adept at discerning what truly originates from wisdom and insight, what stems from fear or anxiety, what constitutes a false urgency, and what is merely a distraction in disguise. This discernment is a skill that grows with practice, allowing you to cut through the clutter of modern life. You learn to wait with patience, recognizing that not every open door is meant for you. You learn to choose with precision, aligning your decisions with your long-term vision and values. And crucially, you learn that peace is one of the most reliable signals this higher purpose gives you. Have you ever noticed this? Often, the right path isn't necessarily the most comfortable or the easiest, but it's the one that brings an inexplicable sense of peace and rightness. This peace is like the yes of a higher purpose resounding in your spirit, confirming your direction. Are you ready to walk with this kind of clarity? No matter where you are right now, if your mind is filled with doubts, anxieties, or overwhelming pressures, know this: a higher purpose is not a source of confusion, it is a source of direction. But it only guides those who are willing to follow. It's a reciprocal relationship. You show willingness and the path is revealed. So here's a practical invitation. Set aside just 5 minutes today. 5 quiet minutes for reflection, for deep thought, and for a simple request. Ask for clarity. Don't ask for a specific outcome yet. Ask for discernment, for the wisdom to see your path clearly. After this period of reflection, remain attentive. The signs will come, sometimes subtly, sometimes unmistakably. They might appear in a sudden intuition, a conversation, an unexpected opportunity, or a shift in your perspective. In your journey of life, especially as you interact with others and build your influence, this principle of conscious decision-making becomes invaluable. Dale Carnegie emphasized the importance of planning and proactive effort. But how effective is planning if your fundamental choices are misaligned? How truly influential can you be if your actions contradict your deepest values, or if your decisions lead to a chaotic inner life? By integrating this conscious consultation with a higher purpose, your interactions become more authentic. You're less likely to be swayed by external pressures in your relationships or business dealings. You develop a stronger inner compass that helps you navigate difficult conversations, resolve conflicts with integrity, and forge partnerships that are truly beneficial and aligned. This level of self-mastery and clarity makes you a magnet for positive experiences and genuine connections. It allows you to build a life that is not just successful in outward terms, but deeply fulfilling and purposeful from the inside out. The influence of connections. Have you ever put your trust in someone, only to realize later that this person pushed you further away from your purpose rather than drawing you closer? If so, know that you are far from alone in this experience. And this isn't just a common disappointment. Often, it's a powerful spiritual alert. Because when you fail to prioritize a higher purpose as your guiding principle, you run a significant risk of making the wrong choices, wrong people, wrong opportunities, wrong paths. You become susceptible to external influences that may not align with your true north. However, when this higher purpose is firmly at the center of your life, even your connections begin to transform. It's as if an invisible filter is activated. You start to feel a subtle discomfort in the presence of certain friendships or associations. You begin to instinctively recognize when a partnership or collaboration isn't aligned with your core values or long-term vision. And gradually, life teaches you a profound truth. Prosperity also means protection. It's not just about what you gain. It's about what you wisely choose to avoid or release, especially in your relationships. Dale Carnegie famously stated, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." This isn't just a casual observation. It's a profound insight into the power of influence. He also implicitly warned that these individuals directly affect your subconscious mind. This means that negative, envious, impulsive, or purposeless people can subtly contaminate your thoughts, sabotage your energy levels, and significantly retard your spiritual and even financial progress. Their negativity isn't just an annoyance. It's a corrosive force that can erode your motivation, dim your aspirations, and pull you off course. When a higher purpose comes first, you develop what can be described as discernment, the profound ability to feel in your spirit what your physical eyes cannot yet perceive. This intuitive sensing applies to all aspects of your life: potential business partnerships, long-standing friendships, romantic relationships, and even the environments you frequent. Have you ever felt an inexplicable discomfort near someone, only to understand later that it was a deeper wisdom alerting you to potential misalignment or danger? If so, share that experience. Your insight could help others identify these vital signs as well. The choice of your alliances dictates the rhythm and trajectory of your journey. The right people pull you up, the wrong people hold you back. The truth is, many people get stuck in life not due to a lack of talent or ambition, but because they are walking with those who are detrimental to their growth. This higher wisdom cares for you so deeply that it will sometimes allow certain connections to break, even if it causes pain. This isn't punishment. It's an act of liberation, severing ties that further down the road could lead to your destruction. Don't be alarmed by these pruning moments. If a higher purpose is removing someone from your life, it's either because it has something better in store for you or because that person was actively diverting you from your intended path. Remember, not every open door is a blessing, and not every closing is a defeat. You must learn to discern what truly comes from your guiding purpose and what is merely a temptation disguised as an opportunity. As Dale Carnegie observed in successful individuals, their greatest errors, especially financial ones, often occurred when they ignored their instinct, that quiet inner knowing. And how does this higher wisdom communicate with you? It speaks through your intuition, that gut feeling that either resonates or warns. It speaks through a lack of peace when you are considering a certain path or person. It speaks through individuals who, out of genuine care, lovingly confront you with uncomfortable truths. It speaks through situations that simply don't flow, that resist your efforts despite your best intentions. If you are trying to force something that just doesn't align, pause. A higher purpose will never guide you down a path where it cannot. Walk alongside you, supporting your steps. Consider the practical implications of this. In business, a misaligned partnership can lead to financial ruin, legal battles, and immense stress. In personal life, toxic friendships or relationships can drain your energy, undermine your self-esteem, and prevent you from pursuing your true calling. By cultivating discernment, you proactively avoid these pitfalls, saving yourself years of potential suffering and countless resources. This allows you to build a network of support that truly uplifts you, enabling you to focus your energy on productive endeavors and meaningful relationships. This strategic choice of alliances, guided by inner wisdom, is a cornerstone of lasting success and fulfillment, allowing you to thrive in environments that nurture your growth and accelerate your journey. A transformative habit. We've arrived at the most crucial point of everything we've discussed so far, and perhaps you've already intuited a subtle truth that has been present throughout our conversation. It's not truly about what you do, it's about who is with you when you do it. It's not just about adopting certain habits, it's about the intention, the alignment, and the presence that underpins those habits. You can possess a meticulously productive routine, devour every self-help book ever written, rise at dawn with military precision, work tirelessly, and apply the most sophisticated strategies. But if a higher purpose or spiritual alignment isn't at the very center of all these efforts, they can quickly become a heavy burden. Sooner or later, you'll feel exhausted, lost, and profoundly frustrated. Dale Carnegie himself emphasized that faith is the starting point of all accomplishment, but today we understand this concept even more deeply. This faith needs to occupy the highest place in your life, because when a higher purpose is at the top, the rest of the staircase naturally aligns itself. The individual steps become clearer, the ascent becomes less arduous, and the destination becomes far more meaningful. True success is holistic and complete. It encompasses your spirit, your emotions, and your fundamental purpose. It manifests as profound peace, unwavering clarity, harmonious relationships, firm decisions, laser-like focus, and prosperity that is infused with meaning. All of these desirable outcomes are not coincidences. They are the direct consequences of a life built upon something greater than mere self-interest or external validation. Have you ever encountered individuals who possess immense wealth but whose hearts are shattered? Or people with widespread fame, yet who get lost in the emptiness of their own souls? What about those who achieve significant conquests but then find themselves adrift, unsure of what to do with their accomplishments, lacking direction or joy? This phenomenon occurs because success built far from a guiding purpose is inherently fragile. It cannot withstand life's inevitable storms. It fails to nourish the soul, and it ultimately provides no lasting sense of meaning or fulfillment. It's a house built on shifting sands, destined to collapse, and that's precisely why the most powerful habit you can cultivate every single day isn't just to pray, or just to work hard, or just to think positively. It is to live with a higher purpose at your absolute center, at the center of your thoughts, at the core of your daily actions, at the heart of your goals, and within every decision you make. This isn't a compartmentalized practice. It's an all-encompassing way of being. Consider a practical example of real transformation. Imagine waking up each morning and, before checking your phone or even thinking about your to-do list, you close your eyes and utter a simple, powerful intention. Guide my day. Align my mind. Let nothing distract me from your purpose. This might seem simple, almost too easy, but this attitude changes everything, because you are not merely beginning your day, you are surrendering control to a higher wisdom. And when that wisdom directs your path, even the seemingly quickest shortcuts can disappear, because it will show you the right way, even if it appears to be longer. This is because the right way, though sometimes more challenging, leads to sustainable and truly beneficial outcomes. This small, consistent habit, performed daily, gradually builds an internal structure that acts as a powerful shield. It protects you from the relentless rush of modern life, from the corrosive habit of comparing yourself to others, from the destructive pull of greed, and from the deceptive illusions of superficial opportunities. You begin to understand that not everything that glitters is a blessing, that not every open door truly comes from a place of aligned purpose, and that waiting with a quiet sense of peace is infinitely superior to acting out of anxiety and haste. If you commit to placing a higher purpose at the center of your life starting today, you will make fewer mistakes, you will heal faster from setbacks, you will grow with greater consistency, you will attract the right people and opportunities into your orbit, and you will prosper with a sense of lightness and grace. This is because a higher purpose doesn't just want you to win. It wants you to win with profound meaning, with clear purpose, with an unshakable identity, and with an enduring sense of peace. And that, precisely, is what differentiates those who merely achieve external success from those who truly become transformed individuals, living lives of deep fulfillment and positive impact. This is the ultimate lesson in human relations and personal achievement, building from an authentic, purposeful core. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Placing a higher purpose at the forefront of your life isn't just a beautiful phrase, it's a transformative lifestyle. And those who embrace this way of living truly reap the fruits, because everything else aligns itself. What stems from this profound connection is something that no one can take away, and what begins with faith truly concludes in victory. May this message be more than just a script. May it be a turning point for you.